Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Joy Show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show is each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Guys, today we're talking about peace and one love. This has been a very unpeaceful time for me. Just the last Rona and Trump, he had me going. Trump and Rona, that's like a different level. If you know me, you know, if another show may have mentioned, I'm not sure if I've even said this on the show publicly, but first there was Trump. And then when the Rona hit and his response to the Rona, I thought, you know what? I'm going to stop drinking. I'm not even a big drinker, but I do like to get my swerve on. And I thought I need to stop doing any stimulants at all because this right here, this right here, this right here with this fool and this Rona together is too much. And so I literally stopped drinking. I haven't drank alcohol in over a year, since March of last year, which is bananas. Because this situation has been so unpeaceful. And so what I learned from this whole year, which has been amazing in terms of as a teacher, is that our peace of mind is value, and it needs to be valuable, and it needs to be valuable, and it needs to be protected. And at times you have to make decisions. I like to drink and party and do my thing, no doubt. But I felt like right now, I need to be sober going through this craziness for my family. Because I knew that if I was going through it, I knew that other people were going to be going through it. And so when I drink, when I'm partying, it just makes you more selfish. You want to just please your own senses. Be like, oh, I'm getting my swerve on, and there's nothing wrong with that at all, But one of the consequences of that behavior is that it makes you more selfish. And it's okay to be selfish at times. That's fine, but not in the Rona. We need to be of service during Trump and the Rona. So I mentioned all that to say is that I knew if I was going through an unpeaceful time during Trump and the Rona, now we just have the Rona and the vestiges of Trump, like people like black legislators being arrested for knocking on doors. These white folk are, wow. I mean, it's so much happening in the world right now. And there was this before Trump, of course, but he emboldened people. This is the governor of Georgia. I mean, we're talking about Jim Crow. You can't even give water to people in line who are trying to vote. That is sick. And that's Jim Crow. First, you try to lengthen the lines to vote for black people, because in white neighborhoods, you can go vote. Hey, Bill, it's all good. But you've all seen the videos on the news where the line for vote for black people is 6 hours, 7 hours just to vote. I mean, it's really disgusting. Anyway, I'm distracted because I'm thinking about this fool. So with all of that, you want to still maintain your peace of mind, which as you can see, that's still my challenge. Sidebar, if all these shows I'm doing are basically because I'm going through it myself, so I'm looking for us to collectively work through these issues together, because I've been seeing that my peace of mind was impacted by what's happening in the world. And so I'm working on that in my own life. As a result, y'all free to come on and join the ride. Okay, let's dive in. So point one, which is peace of mind is valuable, and you see that value when you don't have it. Point two is that, well, what do you do to get peace of mind? How do you do it? Well, one thing that you want to do is practice. Get a spiritual, I call it spiritual. You can call it spiritual, you can call it energetic, or just call it meditation, or taking a walk. Whatever you do to make yourself calm down and commune with yourself, that's a practice. Do it every day. At times, multiple times a day. You want to develop some type of practice. I run, make it based upon your real life. So I ran track and play ball. So go to the gym. So being physical has been a part of my life since I was a kid. So I still maintain that. So that's such an old tradition for me that when I return to it, it gives me a sense of comfort. It feels natural. It feels like that's me being who I am, because I've been that for so many years, right? So what I'm saying is when you develop a spiritual practice or energetic practice, base it upon, I'm not saying do what I do, although you certainly can, because it will definitely help you, that's for sure. But build something around your own real life. And a part of that, we encourage you to think about exploring meditation. Like, that's one of the core technologies that are have now entered into the public space that used to be kind of weird if you meditated. Now, my daughter's school has meditation. I mean, schools meditate, encourage, they call it mindfulness, which is the same thing, a kind of way of saying meditation. I'm not sure why I keep touching my face. I'm just up. I'm just, skimp. It's the Jim Crow in 2021 that got me touching my face. And so you want to practice that, guys, And point 3 is you want to make, and this could be also point 1, but it's in point 2, you want to make peace aspirational. I mean, you have to, we encourage you to really work at peace, which seems oxymoronic to work at peace, but at times it does take working at peace. It doesn't mean being stressfully working at peace, but it does mean we encourage you to do some work, to be consistent, to be about it, I mean, I know, I get it. Listen, as I just said earlier, I know what it's like to want to get your swerve on and relax. That's good. But as you also know, after that, when you've gotten your swerve on, you have to go get up the next day. It's hard. It's harder to function when you are getting too much swerve on. Although you feel better in the short term, it's harder. Hard for me to get up in the morning. Hard for me to be giving. I'm like, I got a headache. Whatever. But when you are being of service to yourself by being peaceful, that only gives to you. It actually makes you want to give and provide peace to others because you're feeling good about yourself, you're feeling relaxed. And if you love people, like people in your family, my children, my lady, you want to have them have this feeling in their own way, in their own modality. Not again like trying to be like me or whatever, but to have the feeling though of peace. And for many people, you may know these people, this could be you. When you're not feeling peaceful, it makes you act small, bitter. You hate other people's peace. You're triggered by other people's joy. You actually do work. I've had people who are in my circle, which was heartbreaking. And I won't get into it right here on the air, but people's own unhappiness, their own unpeacefulness, provoked them, triggered them to want to do harm to me and other people in our circle, which is really, that's sick. And listen, many people have that response. At times it manifests as jealousy or whatever, but if that's you, let me, as another sidebar, if that's you, because there is just one thing, there's just one love, one energy, if that's how you're acting, 100%, that comes back to you. People talk about karma in like the pop vernacular sense, which that's a lot of truth to this idea of karma. And because we live in a physical world that revolves on the axis and revolves around the sun, the physical world impacts what happens on the planet, for example. 1,000%. If that's how you're acting, doing dirt to people, 1,000% that's going to come back to you. That's guaranteed. That's what comes around literally goes around because that's how the world works. So just as a little sidebar, if that's you, how you acting, not judging, I'm just saying 1,000%. It's already coming to you because you're probably very unhappy with your life and you're bitter and your life is just not good. I mean, keeping it real. But way beyond that, certainly in my experience, when people have done me dirt, I mean, it's scary what has happened to them. So I'm just saying, if that's what you're doing, I encourage you to stop. Anyway, that was a complete sidebar. Thanks for listening, guys. We're talking about peace. I'm talking about the people. You better stop acting bad, which does not sound very peaceful, but it will lead you to peaceful behavior if you can begin acting peacefully towards others. So thanks for listening, guys. We're encouraging you to be peaceful, practice, energetic practice, spiritual practice. Do what you do. Be about service to others. Boom, goes the dynamite. That's all we have for today's show. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces, I'm out like a light.